Our next guest is already an Olympian. She's also going to the next Olympics. She's an incredibly good climber. It's a bit difficult not to fangirl around her, so I'm a bit nervous for this interview, to be honest. But here with us, we have Chaehyun Seo from South Korea. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So you're just coming from the Budapest OQS. How are you feeling after that?
I was super tired because Budapest was like 4 days in a row. I climbed lead and also bouldering. So yeah, I felt super tired, but now I'm okay.
And I gotta say, well, massive congratulations.
Thank you.
And yeah, it will be exciting to see you in Paris, your second Olympics. I gotta say, let's take it a step back for who doesn't know you. Can you just tell us when you started climbing?
I started climbing when I was 6 and it was 2009. And I just tried to having fun on the wall while my parents are climbing. And yeah, I just swing in a rope and that made me climbing for long.
So your parents are climbers?
Yeah.
So they got you into it and you would used to go with them to the gym?
Yeah, and my father is also now our head coach.
Of the Korean team? Oh, right. Okay. Well, how is it working with your dad?
I feel great because he's my only teacher from I started climbing. So yeah, I feel great.
Yeah, I gotta say, you had a really good teacher. For who doesn't know that much about Chaehyun, I think you came into the lead senior scene in 2019 with like a win in Chamonix. Yeah. Can you quickly take me back there and tell me a bit about that first win and that first season? Because again, you were super young.
From then, I even cannot imagine that I'm in the semifinals. So I just want to having fun and climb using all of my energy. But it went pretty well. And first World Cup, I did second place after Yanya. Mm-hmm. And the second one, I did first place, but I cannot believe that.
I remember that was like the first year I really got into climbing, and I was like watching like all of the World Cups, and it was super impressive to see. And I guess so. You started climbing with your parents, and then when did you decide that you were gonna do this professionally?
And my first climbing competition, I was elementary school student, and I did the lowest ranker.
Okay.
But I felt pretty fun on the wall and I want to compete more. So I tried and yeah, so I did it from now.
I gotta say also as a lead climber, like it shows that you're a fighter. Yeah, from like that lower spot and now at World Cups and at the Olympics. And yeah, how did it go during the Budapest OQS? Because it was like that last chance to qualify for the Olympics. Did you feel any pressure going into that competition?
I was quite okay because I did well in Shanghai. So I felt pretty good and I just want to top all the routes while I climbing and just having fun with other athletes. So it was great to experience.
We've got a question from the audience.
Yes. Hello, we've got a question from Graham Witch. I guess like sandwich, but with Graham. How do athletes train mentally, locking in, dealing with the crowd, etc.?
Locking in, I think it means...
No, being in focus, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Or in your bob. Okay, yes.
I don't train that much for mentally, especially because I enjoy the crowd. I like to climb in front of the loud crowd. So Yeah, I love it.
Does it get you like all hyped up? Oh, awesome. We've got another question from the audience.
We've got lots of questions.
Okay.
So Arnaud Teribas, we've had him.
Yes. He usually has good questions.
Okay, his question is, what are her projects on rock after Olympics?
No, that was one of my questions already. Doesn't count. That's.
Okay, sorry Arnaud.
I mean, I'll ask it.
Kira Mujes, how did she work from bouldering? How did she work on her bouldering become as good as her lead?
I focused for more physical power, and I trained a lot of weight training like that.
So you put on some muscle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like I myself, I'm a lead climber, and well, I don't have to compete, so. And I don't have to do any combined competitions. So yeah, anytime I know I have to do like a boulder move on a route, I'm like, damn it. Just like, we got more questions.
Yes, Matteo Becci says, does she like climbing on rock? Does she have any projects outside? I'm
keeping, yes, okay, well, we got rock afterwards because I just wanna get the competition side done and then talk about, you know, in my opinion, the fun stuff. But, okay, so just to get back to the OQS, are you kind of did you see those competitions as preparation for the Olympics?
Yes, I think so, because we need much stamina than Olympics. So I think it was like training for Olympics, and we could experience the style of boulders and lead. So I think it was great.
And you have been training with Jane Kim. How has it been training with her, going to the competitions with her? And essentially what I'm, I guess, asking is like, what did you learn from her?
I was like, she was like role model from I started climbing, and she is really strong from mentally, and also she always train hard for her weaknesses. So I always learning from her.
All right. And the last question about like climbing and the Olympics. It's your second time that you're gonna be at the Olympics. The first there was speed, and now it has its own event. Yeah. But are you going in with a certain strategy?
My only strategy is just go climbing and try hard and just having fun while climbing.
All right, solid. And now it's time to talk about outdoor rock climbing for anybody who has questions. No, so on Wednesday, we do the Wednesday news show. So every week we gather like the news from the climbing world. And I'll forever remember when you did like La Rambla in 4 or 5 days. What was it?
Yeah.
4 days. Okay, yeah. That's a really quick 9A plus project. So I gotta ask, like, are you going back to Spain? Are you planning on any trips, any rock climbing trips after the Olympics?
I think after the Olympics, I think I'll go some workouts after. And after it, I think I'll go Spain again. And I want to try harder routes than La Rambla.
Okay, okay. Do you have any routes? Can you tell us if you have any projects in mind?
Now I'm just focusing on the competition, so I don't have any plans. But okay. I think I want to try that attracts me.
Okay. And outdoors, what type of routes are you looking for to climb?
I prefer long and overhanging. Just, yeah, I prefer longer one than shorter one.
I climb a lot in Oliana, and it's really long routes. Yeah. You need a 100-meter rope. So if you want to go there, I can belay. Now I'll be terrified of actually short roping you, but yeah. So it has a couple of very long routes and hard ones too.
Yeah.
I mean, so I usually watch people
maybe
climb.
Oliana is in my plan also.
Okay. Well, I'll be there. No, for real though. Do we have any more questions from the audience?
Yes, we have one question from, let's call him Terry Bus Arnaud.
Okay.
Ideally, for how many years would you like to compete?
I can't expect exactly, but I want to retire when I'm at the top. So yeah, I don't know exactly now.
Yeah, you're still young. You're still very young. And actually, besides climbing, do you have other interests? Because I mean, we saw you doing pretty much all types of climbing, even dry tooling and ice climbing. So yeah, besides climbing, do you do anything else, or are you still studying?
I'm graduated from high school and not studying now, but I'm interested in studying also. And now when I have like rest time, I like to draw or sketch my climbing photos.
Okay, so maybe we're gonna get a climbing sketchbook. Just giving Black Diamond ideas here, you know? All right, cool. Do we have any other questions? What is this? Okay, I have some rapid fire questions for you. I hope it's this one. It is. It's called This or That. So it's this or that. Bouldering or sport climbing?
Sport climbing.
Grit or granite?
I prefer granite.
Sparkly water or still water?
Sparkling water.
Finger strength or core strength?
Finger strength.
Yeah, I mean, because if you can hold on forever, like, who needs a core? I agree. When I wrote that one down, I was like, finger. And then slabs or overhangs?
In bouldering, I prefer slabs, but in lead, I prefer overhang.
I forgot to ask you questions earlier, actually, because during like a Boulder World Cup, like if you're not in semifinals or in finals, when you're looking at the competition, what are you thinking? Like, are you thinking like, oh, can I do these boulders or can I do these moves? Or just what's your, I guess, yeah, what are you thinking about while watching other competitors as well?
I just think about they're too strong now and I want to try the boulders, and yeah, I need to train harder. Like, I always motivated by other athletes.
Who's your favorite climber?
From now is Yannick Ambret. I want to do her like to be more stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all look up to her. And something that you mentioned about the boulders, and for training, do you go back and like watch these comps, and do you go back and recreate some of these boulders? Like if you go back home and you go to the gym, do you ask the setters to recreate them or recreate certain moves, or you usually just train like holistically?
I just train on spray wall almost, but when we have national training camp, then they made to us the bouldering World Cups like boulders. So we train like every style on there. Okay.
But then you also train for dry tooling?
Sometimes.
Because yeah, like when was the last time you competed in dry tooling?
Maybe 2020.
Oh, okay. It's already been 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay, time passes. All right, I got a couple of more questions and then I'll let you go. Who's your climbing hero?
Jain Kim, because she opened our ways to be more like World Cups. So I always respect her.
And where's the best place to climb in the world?
For now, I think Spain is the best rock climbing area.
My boyfriend is actually from Catalonia, so I gotta say, especially Catalonia, it's good. I mean, you've got Margalef, Sirana, Onyana, like, yeah, it's a good place. And then one last question, do you have a summer project?
To be on the podium at the Olympics.
It's a solid answer. Thank you so much.